Keav here, and welcome to the Cars with Keav YouTube channel. And this video is much anticipated. The wall setup is done. It's part of the big wash bay project that I'm trying to do, the $5,000 budget indoor wash bay project. It's going to be tough to meet that budget, that's all I gotta say. Now, some would say that this is overkill, but this setup is meant for somebody like me who does reviews. I have 2 pressure washers up here because most of the foam can reviews out there, people prefer to use the 1.1 orifice because they have a Greenworks, a Ryobi, a Karcher, a lower GPM model from a big box store. Now, like I said, this has budget in mind. This entire setup was about $1,300. You're gonna say $1,300, that's a lot of money. There is a lot going on here. Now that cost is taking into effect everything. The screws holding the shelves in, the glue for the PVC pipe, every PVC elbow, every single thing here is included in that budget. The biggest thing is the CR Spotless. This has a much higher output of 2.5 GPM versus the one that's on the wash cart. The max water is at about 2.0 GPM. This allows me to more comfortably use my pressure washer with it for the final rinse. Plus it has a TDS meter built right into the unit. I don't have to pour water into a cup and put my meter in there. Also, you're gonna notice this is a very tight form factor. We are literally like not even 3 feet wide here. This is all custom cut. PVC is budget friendly. And like I said, for this wash bay, this project, we are trying to keep the cost down. That allowed me to keep it down to a certain extent versus using really expensive piping, kind of like Obsessed Garage would use. What you can't see here is that I took the spigot from the outside. Since this was unfinished, the pipe was coming right out the wall right there. So basically I used a pipe cutter. I used a shark bite fitting that connects to the copper pipe, but also has a 1/2-inch PVC bottom. So that PVC just comes right out the wall right here, goes through the CR Spotless for deionization, comes back around to the loop. On the deionization, I have a spigot that I can use deionized water to go directly into my wash buckets if I prefer, or into a foam cannon or whatever we're gonna do. I also have a spigot on the main line so I can turn off the deionization and only use main line. So I have 2 flow meters right here. One thing I was hoping they would be able to do is they measure GPM. So actually, instead of spraying into a bucket, I can use the flow meters right here to do my GPM. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of tests to see what percentage off they are, you know, if they need to be calibrated or anything like that. But we also have gallon counters on there that allow us to see how much gallons are going through the deionization system. Also, how many overall gallons are going into the pressure washers, so we can kind of judge longevity on those as well. Obviously that system goes up. We have shutoff valves for both pressure washers where we can move back and forth. We have a jumper hose right here that we just did quick disconnect from. You can see the yellow line going out. The 20 amp fuse is not hooked up yet. So we have a 50-foot hose and a hose reel. Normally I would use like a 100-foot hose reel like I do on the cart, but it fits perfect. It was a better price overall. It's about 20 bucks cheaper to go that way. And we have our SGS 28 gun as well. And I don't even know if it's in frame, but I have a bucket filler small hose with a fireman nozzle on it. But we'll zoom in here in just a minute. Well, now that we got all of the stuff out of the way, for those who aren't nerdy about this stuff, just wanted to see what it's like. Now let's go through the full setup. So like I showed behind the wall, we showed earlier that I used a shark bite fitting to pull the brass pipe, connect, and then run a PVC pipe up through the wall here, through a couple of elbows, just a small little cutout PVC pipe right here glued in, PVC'd up here to a T. That T comes out to this elbow. We have a ball valve right here. So to connect to the CR Spotless, we have a 3/4 inch threaded fitting here that has PVC on the opposite side, and between the ball valve and the PVC is a very small pipe, just long enough to fit in both, and they're glued together. Then we flow through the CR Spotless system. We have our TDS meter here, like I said. It goes through to an opposite one, just like this, 3/4 inch thread to 1/2-inch PVC, and then into a T. Out of that T, another small piece of PVC connected to an elbow. The opposite of that elbow has a 1/2-inch thread, and it's on a 90 degree. That goes to a 1/2-inch to 1/2-inch female threaded spigot, and it's a gate spigot. So when you open it up, it just pulls a gate and just flows the water. That allows you to have a much larger circumference of flow. A lot of the spigots out there have half this diameter, and the gate doesn't go all the way up, so it just kind of like changes the flow of the water. I just think this is better. Then on this side, it's connected to a 1/2-inch thread that converts to a 3/4 inch garden hose thread. And then I have a double female garden hose thread that allows it to hook my custom hose up here. So out of that T, we go out to a small piece of PVC connecting an elbow. That moves into another ball valve. This actually here, this ball valve is actually an accident of mine. I had this angled way too much and too short to have a nice even parallel here. So I had to actually cut it, add the ball valve to get the length I needed, because I had already had it glued in 2 spots. So it came up to an elbow here, goes across to our flow meter. So on our flow meter side, we have 3/4 inch thread female. That way these two can connect, and then 1/2 inch PVC on those back sides. This way goes out here. This obviously is a coupler that I used because I had this too long. I had to cut it up, add a coupler to get the length nice and squared overall. Goes all the way through to a shutoff valve right here, to a T. That goes up to another T. Connecting to that is a 1/2 inch PVC to 1/2 inch thread into the 1/2 inch threaded gated spigot. 1/2 inch thread to a 3/4 inch garden hose thread fitting. And the way this system works down here is we have the main water coming in. All the valves are off right now, so no water is flowing beyond this point and this point. So if I want deionized water, I have this on to keep air from sitting in the line. So we'll turn that, open this up. That's going to flow us to this ball valve and this spigot. So now we can run the spigot from the deionized water right there. We open up this valve valve right here, and that runs all the way up to the system up there, and then we have to open up those in order for water to be able to come out of here. Or we can turn deionization off and run our water directly up the line from this ball valve right here. As you can see, it comes down from the main spigot, runs up this line to the DigiFlow meter here. These are DigiFlow 6710s. 3/4 inch female thread on both sides because the DigiFlow is male threads on both sides. 1/2 inch PVC glued in, runs up here to a T. That T branches off, goes to a ball valve right here, and then that T ball valves up this way. That goes to the VE52, that goes to the Greenworks. Turn this one on, that will flow to the pressure washer, and then obviously we will have water out of this gun. Turn that ball valve off, turn this ball valve on. I forgot there's no jumper hose, and I just shot water all over the place. So behind here, from that ball valve on both, runs a PVC pipe to an elbow. 1/2 inch glue on one side and 1/2 inch threaded female on the other side. Then we use the same fitting that we use on the spigots, which is a 1/2 inch thread to a 3/4 inch garden hose thread. So thread into that elbow, and then you have your garden hose fitting, and then it just screws in. So that's the elbow that I'm talking about. You can see the PVC runs through the back. We change from PVC pipe to threaded to that brass fitting right there, and that connects to the hose. As you can see up here, it does the exact same thing to the Greenworks. We have our voltmeter over here. That will allow us to judge our amps and everything. We have our GFCI plugged into that. The jumper hose as well. We have a pressure gauge right here that helps us measure our PSI for our reviews coming out of the active. And here's our hose reel setup. Like I said, it's just a 50-foot hose reel, so it's very small and compact. Elbow on this side that allows you to connect your hose. That hose, if you buy one like this that came with the female fitting on one side and the male, you have to take the male off in order to be able to get to this 3 inches thread that runs into this elbow. The hose reel base is a 3 inch female. The jumper hose is 3 inches male, and it's swiveled right there. So you can basically screw it on the wall right there and just use a wrench without having to kink up your jumper hose. Got our SGS 28 there hooked up. We have a lock right here that you can pull out and then turn, and that will allow your reel to spool. But if you want it just hung up in a certain spot, you can pull it out and turn it left, and that way you can't turn it anymore. We're going down the line items. I'm going to try to put a screenshot here. What's going on. Active VE52 is $245. The hose was $60. The hose reel was $90. The SGS 28 was $75 when I bought it. It's about $85 now. CR Spotless I bought for $390. It's about $410 now. The DigiFlow is $35. The amp meter was $13. The jumper hose was $28. The Greenworks cost me $25. It's $100 at Lowe's. $15 for the waterproof outlet. Well, you can scratch that, but we still wound up spending about $15 still getting a weather resistant socket and a cover plate, so it's about the same. The storage rack base 30 inch, they're $10 a piece, 2 of them, 2 storage racks 48 inch each. at $11. It was cheaper to buy the 48-inch and couldn't cut it to the size that I need. They're 12-inch shelves, so 12-inch bracket. You're gonna need 2 of those per shelf. So 3 shelves is 6. So see, elbows, half-inch PVC, they're like $1 a piece. The T's are $1 a piece. I think they're even less than that. I rounded everything up to the next dollar, regardless of what the set was. So I think they're about 79, 80 cents a piece. Shutoff valves, they're called ball valves. They're $3 a piece. So there's 6 of those. The half-inch PVC to half-inch MIP, there's 1. Half-inch PVC to half-inch MIP elbow, 1. So we have a half-inch PVC to half-inch FIP elbow. Now the FIP and MIP is basically just a type of thread mainly used in pipe. So MIP, male, and then FIP, female. And then you have your hose thread, or people call it GHT, but you have your female HT and your male HT. So you got your 3/4 inch FIP to half-inch PVC. Now the PVC is just basically the PVC pipe itself glued into the socket. There is no thread. Then we have a 3/4 inch MIP to half-inch PVC. You have a gate valve half-inch FIP, half-inch PVC 24-inch. We bought 7 of those for this, but we didn't use all 7. So the Shark Bite PVS adapter, half-inch MIP to 3/4 inch MHT. There's 4 of those. You got PVC cement. I bought a big old can. You could definitely save some money by getting a smaller can. You have number 8 stainless screws, 1 5/8 inch. I did put down here that I bought a pound. I did buy a pound, but I only equated for $5 worth of screws because there was only 6 of them that are in there. Probably less than $5. So I bought 1 4-foot long board that was a 1x12. That's what the pressure washer mounts into, and that's what the CR Spotless mounts into, and the 2 Digiflows as well. I did buy 3/4 inch and half-inch straps to screw the PVC to the wall. I just haven't done that yet. 3/4 inch barb to 3/4 inch MHT. So that's basically taking a barb that you can put a rubber hose on, and then you'll use the clamps, the 1 1/4 inch clamp that's on here, screw them down, and then that will have you have a 3/4 inch male on both sides to be able to use as a custom hose. Then I bought a 3/4 inch dual FHT, which allowed me to change the thread and then put it on the spigot. You have your 6-foot long rubber hose. You don't need a 6-foot, but it helps. Like I said, you can make tons of different size hoses. All in all, that comes out to $1,288. Sounds like a lot, but there's a lot of value right here. You're getting a lot. You're getting a really good deionization system, good hose, good reel, good pressure washer. It's not a low performing. This is a nice high performing setup. You can go better. You can get better quality materials for your piping and all that kind of stuff, but this works for me. Let me know what you think. What kind of suggestions do you have? Are you excited for the wash bay? So the next video is probably an update on the wash bay project. All of the walls are done. That was part of this as well. Also, I'm sure there's a bunch of great bloopers because I did some really dumb stuff in this video. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome to the Cars and Keav YouTube channel. I can't wait till those kids go back to school. They're up late, making tons of noise. Plus it has a TDS meter, it built it. Plus it has a TDS meter. Oh my gosh. Alright. Plus it has a TDS meter. Plus it has a TDS meter. Oh my gosh. And we have flow meters on there that measure GPM coming out of the DI. We have flow meters right there that, oh my gosh. And it came, oh my gosh, I can't remember what I'm saying. What did it come with? Tigger. Look at this. See, at times I tend to not close my garage door all the way here to the house. I just kind of leave it kind of halfway. And he always digs it open with his claws. Go back in there. Go, 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 go. No, Tigger, what are you doing? Now, get it back inside. Go. Shh. There you go. Oh, I'm getting old. Video games. Be very quiet. You're hunting bugs. Come on now. Oh! Where'd he go? Because I nailed him. There he is. We got him. Now, this is only in the bloopers, most likely at the end, but if you ever look in one of these, I'll have a link in the description below. The bug assault, it's amazing. I've been using it in the garage every time I leave the door open to do something and close it. Bugs get in, pew pew, done. This is a toy. This is not a real one. Just so you know, YouTube.